Today's video is very interesting. I just discovered I have never talked about this topic extensively, and I was wondering how on God's green planet Earth have I never talked about this topic. So today's video, I'm going to talk to you about commercial real estate. Yes, everything you need to know about commercial real estate, the risk involved, the advantage, the disadvantage, and more importantly, what are the things you need to look out for before you invest in a commercial project? Because commercial projects are much more sensitive, they are much more capital intensive compared to residential projects. Today's video is very interesting. I just discovered I have never talked about this topic extensively, and I was wondering how on God's green planet Earth have I never talked about this topic. So today's video, I'm going to talk to you about commercial real estate. Yes, everything you need to know about commercial real estate, the risk involved, the advantage, the disadvantage, and more importantly, what are the things you need to look out for before you invest in a commercial project? Because commercial projects are much more sensitive, they are much more capital intensive compared to residential projects. So you want to stay to the end of this video. And if you're new to this channel, welcome to my YouTube channel. I promise you that on this channel I'll share tips with you that would help you grow your net worth through profitable investments in real estate. And if you are part of the family already, welcome back. Let's delve into today's video. What is commercial real estate? Commercial real estate is a form of real estate that is designed for further revenue generation. It is a type of real estate that is solely for the purpose of further businesses. Now, in this category, we are talking about hotels, schools, office buildings, complexes, shopping malls, modern markets, factories, industrial areas, anything you can think about that is built for further business purpose, which is not a place where you have to live in with your family, but it is designed for further business purpose. That is what you call commercial real estate. Now, something important we have to know: in a well-planned community, the zoning for commercial projects are usually different from the zoning for residential projects. Now, if you are conversant with Lagos State, if you go to the Bejuleki axis towards the refinery, the free trade zone axis, you will see that all we have there are strictly commercial projects, industries, factories, plants. You can barely find the residential apartment in that location. And then if you are also in Lagos, if you go towards the Agbara or Kwafo axis of Lagos State, you will see that there's a particular place where we have strictly factories in those locations. So usually in real estate, in a well-planned community, we zone commercial properties separately from residential properties, except it is a mixed-use community. That's where you can find both residential and commercial in the same location. But more often than not, we have to zone these two different categories because it makes the environment healthy to live in. When we separate them, it makes it easy. It makes for a more conducive neighborhood to live in. Now, what are the advantages of having a commercial property in your portfolio? Number one, for obvious reasons, high economic value. Yes, with the ever increasing population and migration rates, there will always be a need for commercial spaces, for business spaces, for offices, for markets, for shopping malls, right? There will always be a need for that. So it means that if you have a commercial property, a commercial building, you're going to be in business for a very long time, because commerce it's an important factor of production for any economy. So we need commerce, and if commerce has to happen, we need a physical space for commerce to happen, right? I know that there is a digital aspect of commerce, but we also cannot neglect the importance of a physical space in business. So commercial spaces cannot go extinct. Would always need commercial physical spaces. Okay, now another very interesting advantage of having a commercial property is it can act as a form of collateral for you. Of course, I know you can use residential properties as a form of collateral, but you cannot compare with commercial properties because of its high economic value. And the beautiful thing about commercial projects is they increase in value way over the roof. Now, if a residential property is increasing, say, 50% annually, a commercial property can do over 100% annually, and even 120, even 150% annually. Right? So commercial properties have more value and can act as a form of collateral for you if you want to obtain a bank loan. Another very interesting benefit of playing in the commercial category, now in this case, if you have a commercial building, is that you have less competition, you have less hassles, and there's less cost of furnishing. And that's because if you have a residential building, you'll be very concerned about the interior, the design, the kitchen, the plumbing, the toilets, and all of that. But in a commercial category, you don't have to deal with all of that because most commercial spaces just come as an empty hall. So it's left for the tenants to do their design, depending on their brand identity. It's left for them to do all their interior design themselves. So you don't even bear that cost. The only thing that businesses are more concerned about is the space. Yes, they want space, and also they are more concerned about the position of the property. They want to be sure that it's in a very good site where their customers can see them. But then there's less competition, there's less hassles compared to when you are playing in the residential category. Now, another interesting benefit of having a commercial property is that there is more professional approach. The tenants in commercial properties are very, very obedient. Right? You don't have to deal with problematic tenants when it comes to renewing the rent or maintaining the property. You don't have all that hassles at all. And another very, very interesting thing for me is that you have long-term lease. Yes, you can lease your commercial property for up to 25 years, and that's bulk money you are collecting upfront. So that's very, very interesting. Imagine just developing your commercial property and immediately you get an occupant to pay you for up to 25 years lease. That's very, very interesting. That's good money for you at once on your investment, right? Now let's move into the things you need to look out for before you invest in a commercial project, before you buy a commercial project, or before you even build a commercial project. This session is very, very important. What are the things that you need to look out for before you invest, before you buy a commercial project? Number one is government influence. There is always a city plan. The government of a state can map out certain locations where they want certain activities to take place. Now, if you are in Lagos, you would agree with me that the Lagos Free Trade Zone is mainly designed for imports and exports. And when you go to Alaba International Market, it's mainly designed for electronics and gadgets. When you go to Ladipo Market, it's mainly designed for vehicle spare parts, right? So every location, the government has the right to influence what they want to happen, or to dictate what they want to happen in a particular location. So before you invest in any commercial project, or before you buy a commercial property, you have to ask the right authorities, ask the right questions to be sure that the purpose why you are buying that commercial property, this location is the best suit for that your purpose, so that you don't misinvest your resources. Another very important factor that you have to consider before you buy or invest in a commercial project are the taxes and the fees. Now, this includes building plan permits, consent fees, stamp duties, and even fees for signboards. Yes, the government usually imposes certain levies on commercial properties because it's a form of revenue generation for the state. So you have to ask the relevant authorities, ask the right questions so that they can guide you on the fees to expect before you invest, so that you are well prepared for that adventure. Another very important thing to look out for is the value and the location of this property. For the value, you want to look at how much is this property going for, because a lot of developers have a tendency to blow up the prices of their property way above the market price. So you want to go around and ask questions. How much are properties here going for? How much is the rents for commercial properties in this neighborhood? So to give you an idea of how much you can likely charge on your rent. And for the location, you want to look at the infrastructure in the neighborhood. You want to look at the security. You want to look at accessibility, because any business that's going to come in there to occupy your space, they need to be sure that it's a very conducive neighborhood for them to operate from and also to thrive. Now, moving on, it's time for your legal due diligence. Do not make any move, do not make any payment without your due diligence. Like I said, commercial investments are very, very capital intensive. So any mistake you make, you can have your millions and your billions running down the drain. So you have to get your lawyer, get your surveyor general to get all the history and every single detail you need on the property, from the original owners to the location, the security, everything, so that you are making the best investment decision. These two categories cannot be overemphasized. Now, lastly, you have to perform a physical inspection to the property. Now, if you are buying a building, a commercial building, it's more sensitive. You have to work with a structural engineer to perform a physical integrity test on the building to be sure that there are no risks like collapse and all of that. Now, all through the whole process, ensure that you are working with a team of professionals, from legal practitioners to structural engineers, property valuers, property consultants, and every other relevant authority, because you need to make very well informed decisions. All right, so engage every relevant authority all through the process to make sure that you are making the best use of your money. Now, this is where I'm going to wrap up this video. In the next video, I'm going to share with you all the risk involved in investing in commercial projects and then how you can work around them. This video is getting way too long than I expected, so check the next video for the concluding part of this episode. And if you have not subscribed, do all to subscribe right now so you are notified when the second video comes up. And also do well to share this video to your friends and family so they get to learn as well. And if you learned something or two, drop a comment for me in the comment section. Let me know what you learned. Let me know if this was enlightening for you. Let me know if it was worth your time. So I'll see you in the next video. I'm Madam Landlady here, and I'm committed to providing decent housing solutions. I'm committed to helping you grow your net worth through profitable investments in real estate. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.